Hello, this is Pastor Don. I'm here in my office at church, and I wanted to bring you just a couple of reminders in this weekly update. First of all, I hope that you all are doing well. I think we have been blessed so far through this pandemic that, to my knowledge, none of you have been afflicted by the virus, and I thank God for that. The second thing I wanted to remind you about is you received a reminder last week that we are going to return to in-person worship on Sunday, September the 13th at 9:30 a.m. Now, I know this is a long-awaited development. My gosh, it's been since the middle of March since we last gathered for worship. And as we plan for that return to worship, there are some obvious limitations. First of all, we need to limit the numbers of you who come. And we can accommodate 30 or 40 people, maybe more than that if necessary in the fellowship hall, but we want to observe appropriate physical distancing from everyone. Secondly, it's no surprise that we will require the wearing of a mask, and there will be ample hand sanitation devices around the building for you. We've had 5 new ones just recently installed, so those are available to you. Maybe one of the more important aspects of our returning to worship is the ability for us to distribute communion. I know that you've missed it for so very long, and we have done what we call a spiritual communion, but that's only partially satisfying. So we've devised a way to distribute communion such that you'll be the only ones that touch the elements that you consume. The instructions for that will be made available during the worship service, and we're excited to be able to add this component, this important component to our worship one more time. It's important that you call ahead to the office and let them know of your, let Lynn know of your intentions to come to worship, so we have an idea how many people will be coming. And unfortunately, we won't be able to gather in fellowship after worship for obvious reasons. The second thing I'd like to remind you of is you should be aware that every Thursday morning at 10 a.m. we do a Bible study via Zoom, and we send out an invitation and a study guide each week in advance. It's real easy to connect to Zoom, off of your computer, your tablet, your smartphone, by simply pressing the link in the email that we send you that will connect you directly to Zoom. And there is a password, and that's also in the email that we send to you. So we would be delighted to have more of you join us on Thursday mornings. We have some lively discussions. It lasts about an hour and 15 minutes, something like that. So I look forward to having more of you participate in this important part of what it means to grow in our faith and our discipleship. I'd also like to issue a reminder of our efforts to raise the necessary funds to expand our video capabilities. As you've heard me say in the past, we, through our videos, our weekly devotionals, which are seen by up to 150 people a day, and through our Sunday worship recordings, which reach sometimes as high as 700 people, are desirous of being able to more professionally produce these recordings. Right now, they're all being done off of my phone. And while that has been an acceptable method of recording, we're unable to integrate the projection capabilities in our sanctuary into those videos, which would add a great deal of content to the worship video. And it would also allow us then to also stream live to an audience which currently is all over the country. And as I reflect on what our mission is, generally the mission of the church is to spread the good news, to go and make disciples of all nations. And is there a more effective way to reach people than through today's modern technological means, our social media means, our video means? I don't think so. So we are desirous of being able to implement this new capability. We're a little more than halfway towards the goal, financial goal, to acquire the equipment that we need. And then we're also very much in need of at least one more person who is willing to join our technology team and learn from the ground up. It's all new to all of us, but we need one more person who will be able to and willing to learn what it takes to do these broadcasts. So search your heart, ask God to lead you, and if you feel called to help out in this way, please give me a call or the office and let Lynn know, and we'll certainly begin to set up a schedule to start to train you in what we're doing here. And then finally, we have been very blessed by your generosity and by your continued support to enable us to do what it is we're doing here. I know that some people think, well, churches are closed. Well, it's kind of ironic that while the in-person worship portion is closed, there's a whole lot of activity going on in this church. In fact, the amount of time that I spend has probably significantly increased from what it used to be. The preparation for the daily devotionals, the writing of those scripts, the preparation for the online Bible study, the Sunday worship preparation, all requires a lot of time. So yeah, we're closed, but we're more than open. We're doing ministry, I think, in a very effective way. And I thank you for enabling us to be able to do that. As I connect with my colleagues around the Pinelands Conference here in Central Florida, I hear many accounts of how they're struggling, that they're really concerned about their longevity. I'm not in the same boat with them. I believe that our best days are in front of us. After all, we only got to be in this building for about 7 months before we had to close the doors. So we haven't fully hit stride in what we can do here in this church. So continue to support us. I'll remain eternally grateful to you. And I look forward to seeing you either in the Bible study on Zoom or in-person worship. So until we meet again, stay well, stay hopeful, and God bless.